Welcome to Know Your Mobile. I'm Basil. This is a Sony Xperia Z and this is a Samsung Galaxy Note 2. The Samsung Galaxy Note 2 is a 5.5-inch behemoth from Samsung, but the Xperia Z's creeping up on its tail at 5 inches. It also packs a full HD display, so betters the resolution of the Note 2 and packs a quad-core Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 Pro processor that's clocked at 1.5 GHz, in contrast to the Exynos 4 processor found in the Samsung Galaxy Note 2. As far as the design of these devices go, they're pretty different. One is all about curves, one is all about corners. The Samsung Galaxy Note 2 is high gloss, and don't get us wrong, the Sony Xperia Z is very, very glossy as well. It looks really, really classical. The Sony Xperia Z also packs glass front and back and weatherproofing. So if you're clumsy, you drop your phone in the toilet every now and then the Samsung Galaxy Note 2 probably won't be the one for you. The Xperia Z really wins in there, with no other flagships right now packing that weatherproof feature. The screen and the backing are also something called dragon tail glass. This is supposed to be 6 times stronger or more scratch resistant than this Corning's Gorilla Glass 2. So it's one to watch out for in 2013. The Samsung Galaxy Note 2 does have a lot going for it in terms of design. Despite the bigger screen, the fact that it's got such smoothness means it actually feels a lot smaller than it is. It's very ergonomic in the hand. It also has the stylus, the S Pen, should we say, at the bottom if you're into your pen input, with 1024 levels of pressure sensitivity. Both of these devices run Jelly Bean. However, the Samsung Galaxy Note 2 runs TouchWiz, which is Samsung's customization to Jelly Bean, and the Sony Xperia Z runs Sony's own custom UI. Sony's custom UI hasn't got a name, but it's certainly evolved from previous versions we've seen. If we pinch the screen, for example, we can see an overview of home screens rather than a widget overview. You can also add and remove home screens, which you couldn't do in the past. Samsung's TouchWiz is very, very similar to that found on the Samsung Galaxy S3, with some nice, neat additions for the Note 2 to take advantage of the S Pen functionality. As far as the screens go, we've already mentioned that the HD display on the Samsung Galaxy Note 2 is only 720p in contrast to the full HD display. We're going to try and get up close so you can see what that difference actually means. You probably won't be able to tell because the Samsung Galaxy Note 2 display is still so fantastic, but we can certainly attest to the Sony Xperia Z being that much sharper for text reading, especially when viewing text white, so a lot purer, and everything just looks absolutely beautiful, though it does too on the Samsung Galaxy Note 2. Sony have also endowed the mobile Bravia Engine 2 upon the Sony Xperia Z, and that means that you're going to get really eye-popping pictures. There's a new technology that's also called Omni Contrast, and that's for your blacks. It's going to give you deeper blacks than we've seen on LCDs in the past. However, they're not going to be anywhere near as deep as those found on the Super AMOLED display found on the Samsung Galaxy Note 2. And the colors definitely won't be as vivid. So you're going to get purer whites on the Sony Xperia Z, and you're going to get more pure blacks and brighter, eye-popping colors on the Samsung Galaxy Note 2. As far as the cameras go, that's really the main other thing that we are going to cover in this video. You have 8 megapixel camera on the Samsung Galaxy Note 2, and you have a 13 megapixel sensor on the Xperia Z. The Xperia Z also has some really awesome features. You've got a burst mode of 6 frames per second on the Note 2, which is great, and Samsung's camera UI is phenomenal. We can jump into that very, very quickly, and you can easily see that the UI is very customizable. You can shift things around, and the options are pretty nice and extensive. In fact, if we just long press on any of the icon, we can see a full range of optional add-ons there. The Sony camera UI has taken a leap forward, however. If we look, we can see you've got a super autofocus, superior auto, which is just really smart. It basically makes all the decisions for you, but you've also got a normal mode in which you can edit a whole host of features. You can override manually stuff. You can built in HDR, which looks really, really good. You've also got the burst mode of 10 frames per second in contrast to 6 frames per second, but you've also got picture mode, so a picture effects mode. You can make your images look nostalgic, miniature, vivid, filter, fisheye, sketch, partial color, Harris shutter, which we're not entirely sure sure what that does, and a cool kaleidoscope effect a la iPhone, iPad, etc. If we jump out of the picture effects mode, then we can also see sweet panoramas in there, but our video camera. This has something very cool. HDR video, high dynamic range for anyone who doesn't know, captures a wider tonal range. It's very difficult to do in video, but Sony have actually managed to pull it off, and our first impressions of the results with the phone look pretty good. So that's one thing that the Samsung Galaxy Note 2 definitely doesn't have as well. You can also safely say that performance-wise, both of these are going to be pretty fantastic. They're both quad-core, both clocked very, very high clock speeds, both benchmark incredibly well. So you're not going to be left wanting. The Samsung Galaxy Note 2, however, isn't going to be LTE ready across all its devices. Some will be, some won't. Whereas the Sony Xperia Z will only be available LTE ready for anyone who wants it. And both have DC HSPA, that's dual carrier HSPA, which means you're also going to get 42 megabit download speeds if your network provides it. All in all, therefore, the Sony Xperia Z is a welcome new flagship, rugged, skinny at 7.9 millimeters. It's an absolute corker. The Samsung Galaxy Note 2 still offers something that the Xperia Z doesn't in its S Pen and its larger display. However, it certainly appears that Sony have stepped up to the plate with its ruggedized, dust and waterproof, water-resistant Sony Xperia Z. Thanks for watching our comparison. Hope you've enjoyed. If you've got any questions, please fire us a comment below and like this video, and yeah, subscribe to the channel. Bye.